Hi guys, so you are welcome to day 11 of the 72IG implementation program, and today we're going to be talking about how you can troubleshoot your 72IG funnel. If you remember, if you flashback, I have been saying it over and over again that the 72IG process is actually a scientific one, meaning that if something goes wrong in your funnel, you can actually track back and figure out where the problem is coming from and fix the problem in order for you to get the kind of results you are looking for. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can find out exactly where the problem is coming from in your 72IG funnel and then fix it. Now, the very first thing you have to do to fix your 72IG funnel, to troubleshoot it, is to make sure that your entire funnel is working properly. You need to make sure that all the links, all the forms in your funnel are working effectively as they are supposed to be working. And I'm talking about the fact that when somebody clicks on your ad, it should take them to your pre-sale page. And your pre-sale page, when somebody clicks in there, it should take them to your opt-in page. And when somebody opts in on your opt-in page, it should take them to your thank you page. And when somebody clicks on the link on your thank you page, it should take them to the affiliate sales page you are promoting for. Everything should work perfectly, and you have to check it. You have to check this first. So once you are sure that all the links in your funnel are working perfectly, then you can now come back and follow all what I'm going to be talking about in this video. But in order for this troubleshooting to even be possible in the first place, it's highly important that tracking has to be in place from your advert up to your thank you page. So for example, let me open up my campaign and show you. So this is my campaign. Oh, well, let me see. This says account error. What's going on here? This ad account has a balance that needs to be paid before you can take this action. Please verify that your billing information is up to date. Okay, so they are trying to bill my card and it's not going. Okay, I'm going to fix that. On this account now, if I scroll over here and then I click here, and then I come to customize columns, and then I go to under unique link clicks, cost by unique link click. So the difference between link clicks and unique link clicks is that link click is the general total of the clicks, but unique link click refers to clicks from one individual. So sometimes one individual might click on your link twice, but under here it's going to be classified as unique link click. It's going to be classified as just one, but under here it's going to be classified as two. So that's how that works. I'm going to click on apply. So now I can see the link clicks and the unique link clicks. So you can see right here, link clicks 228, unique link clicks 206. So what this means is that actually I got 206 unique link clicks. So that's the first thing. So under here now, I can see that 206 people clicked on my ad on this particular, from this particular ad site. Or you know what, let me even open up the ad site so that we can even see it from the ad itself. So for this advert now, 206 people clicked on it, right? 206 people clicked on it. So now I know that 206 people clicked on it. When they click on it, where they go to? Of course, they go to your pre-sale page, right? And this is my pre-sale page right here. If you look at the bottom left corner of this video, you can see where this link is pointing to. It is pointing to partng.com/tmopt-in. You can see. Now that partng.com/opt-in is actually my tracker. It's my URL shortener and tracker. This is it over here. It's a personal URL shortener that I have installed on a domain of mine. So what this is just doing is the same work that TinyURL or Bitly are doing too as well. So just that this particular one is a software that I installed on my domain. I own this domain, this pathng.com domain. I own the domain, and I installed this URL shortener on this domain for my personal use. And you can do that one too as well if you want to do it. It's a free app. If you go to I think the site is, let me look for it. If you want to do it, YOURLS shortener. So here it is. Just in case you want to have your own personal URL shortener, you can see right here it's free and open source software. So all you have to do is download it, then register your own domain. You can name the domain anything you want. Mine is called pathng.com, and then install it on your domain. Now, I don't know how to install it. That's the truth of the matter. My programmer installed it for me. But you can find somebody to help you install this on Fiverr. If you want to install this, you can find somebody to install it on Fiverr, or you can just even ask on maybe Facebook or Twitter. Any normal programmer can help you install this, or you can even install it yourself if you read the help file. So, but that's that. Okay, so what we are doing right here is that at the beginning of this, my campaign right here, the truth is that I did not set up tracking in place. So the tracking figures I have here are not actually accurate because I did not set up tracking from the beginning of the campaign. But then let's look at what I did. Now this TM opt-in, this particular link, is the link that points to my opt-in page. So what I did is that I took this link and then I put it right here. So if you click on any link on my pre-sale page, right now I've tracked them. So I know how many people are clicking on these links. These links all point to my opt-in page, but they are being tracked. So when I have 206 people coming from my advert, I can now go back to my tracker right here and check how many of those 206 people are clicking on my opt-in. And as you can see here, I have 106 clicks. So what this is saying is that from the 206 people who clicked on my advert, 106 of them clicked on my opt-in page. Actually, this 106 is not correct because part of it is actually from this inactive ad set right here. Okay, so but since I'm just trying to explain this to you, what is happening right here is that when you check Facebook, you can know how many people are clicking on your advert, and then you can now go and see how many people are clicking on the links on your pre-sale page to go to your opt-in page. So basically what this means now is this: if you have very low click-through rate from your Facebook ad, it means your advert is faulty. So let me go back to what I have here. So I said most conversion issues come from the product offer, and I said be sure that you are promoting a product that is proven to convert. You can't multiply zeros. Now this one is important. Sometimes, regardless of what you do, a particular affiliate offer is not going to convert if the offer itself is cold. And that is why if you look back to, I think, day 1 or 2 of the 72 IG training, I talked about how you can pick a product that can convert. All right, because you can't multiply zeros. Regardless of what you do, if you have an offer that is not converting, your funnel is not going to work. It's as simple as that. Now, the second thing is your audience targeting. So if you are targeting the wrong audience, there is also nothing you can do that is going to make your ads work. So when I say the wrong audience, an audience can be wrong in 2 different ways. Number 1, they can be wrong in terms of interest. And then number 2, they can be wrong in terms of buying power. So for the interest part, let me just put that right here. Interest and buying power. So for the interest, if you are running an ad about farming equipment, for example, and this advert is being seen by people who are into tailoring, what's going to happen? they won't be interested in what you are selling. And what's going to happen is that it's going to affect the response to the advert, even from Facebook. It's going to affect the response to your advert. So your CTR, your click-through rate is going to be very, very low. So let me just show you what my click-through rate is right here. So I'll just select unique CTR and click on apply. So over here, I have a unique CTR of 2.78%. I have a unique CTR of 2.78%, and that is why I'm actually paying $0.06, and over here I'm paying 0.04 per link click. Now, this unique CTR is different from the overall CTR. The overall CTR is going to be higher than this. So if I come over here and I check out the overall CTR, you can see overall CTR is 9.40. Overall CTR is different from unique CTR. Overall CTR just means people clicking on different parts of your adverts. Maybe they're clicking on the image, or clicking on like, or clicking on share, or clicking on comments. That's the overall CTR. But the unique CTR is the one we are particular about in this case. So this one is showing us 2.78%, which is still pretty good, because if this CTR is very, very low, it's going to affect how much you are paying per unique link click. All right. So that's how you know if you are targeting an audience that is wrong in terms of interest. So, but then in terms of buying power, you might have an audience that is interested in something, but they don't have the buying power for that thing. So you can have an audience that is interested in a product you are selling, but they don't have the buying power. So for this part, it's really difficult to actually figure out. The only way you can figure it out kind of like is that if every other part of your funnel is accurate and you know that you are selling a proven product and you are still not making sales, it just means that the audience you are targeting is made up of people who don't have money to buy what you are promoting. That's the only way you can figure that part out. Then for your adverts, and I'm talking about both the copy and the image. Now, if you look here, I'm going to click on this again. I click on preview. So this is my ad. This is the image, right? This is the copy. This is the image. This is the copy. So when I say your advert, I'm referring to both the image and the copy. If your advert is not working, an easy way to know as well is when you have a low CTR. So when you're targeting an audience that is good and you are still getting a low CTR, well, what it means is that your advert is not powerful enough. And to be frank, most of the time, many of us actually run adverts that are not good enough. That is why it's recommended that you run more than one advert. So over here, I only have one ad right here that I'm testing. But if I have about 10 ads right here, Facebook is going to serve these 10 ads and test them to see which ones are effective. It might so happen that some of the adverts that Facebook is testing might eventually give me a CTR that is very, very much higher than this one. Because normally over here, if I'm getting the CTR of, let's say, 5.0 or 6.0 or 7.0, I would probably be paying around 0.01 per click or 0.02 per click over here if I have a pretty high CTR. So, and there is actually no hypothesis for one to actually know which particular advert is going to work until You just put it out there. Until you put out the advert there, Facebook can't even tell you that this ad is going to work until the Facebook algorithm serves the advert to different audiences and measures the response they are getting. So depending on the response that you are getting, that's only how you can know if a particular advert is powerful enough. And that is why you want to test a combination of different copies and different images. Most of the time, when you have a really good image in your Facebook advert, it just blows up the response to that particular advert. It blows up the response to that particular advert. Just one very good image. And the only way to actually find that one very good image is by testing different images. Then the pre-sale. Now, if you have a pre-sale that is not working, it's going to affect how many people click on the link on the page to go to your opt-in page. Okay, so when you have a pre-sale that is not working, for example, this is my pre-sale right here, which I'm tracking these links here. So because I'm tracking these links right here, if I find out that Facebook sent 200 people to this page, and out of these 200 people, only 6 people clicked on this link, that means there is a problem with this pre-sale. That means this pre-sale is not effective. So it means I can stop and fix the pre-sale. I can write another pre-sale, or I can include my link in more than one place. But as you can see right here, I have about 206 link clicks, and I have about 106 clicks. This figure is not accurate, but it is still kind of like still good enough. So right here we know that 106 people clicked on this link right here, which points to my opt-in page. So when people click on this link, it takes them to my opt-in page. This is my opt-in page right here. So the next thing for me to actually figure out is that how many of these people opted in. Now, if I go to my ads manager right here and check how many people opted in, now from Facebook you can see 26 completed registrations. So what this means is that out of these approximately 106 people, we have 26 people that opted in. And actually, this particular funnel that I have here, don't go and copy it all, because I'm actually testing something out here. It's a funnel that I'm actually using to sieve out people who have the potential to buy. That's why on this funnel, I'm not promising people any free information. I'm not telling them to opt in for a free report or a free video or any of those things. I'm actually telling them right here that there is something for sale and that they can get that thing for 28% discount. So if they come to my opt-in page right here, as you can see, this opt-in page actually shows a preview of the product, and it says get this guide at 28% discount, which means there is something for sale that they can get at 28% discount, right? So in this case now, only people who have the intent to buy are going to come over here and opt in. I am making a mistake on this particular opt-in page again. If you look at it, maybe that's even why the opt-in is kind of low. Look at what I have here. I wrote email. Instead of one is supposed to be name, one is supposed to be email. Again, please check your funnel. You know what? Preferably get a third party to help you look through your funnel. Let them look at your funnel from your pre-sale page to your opt-in page to your thank you page. Let them help you go through your funnel, because sometimes, because you are the one doing these things, you might make a lot of mistakes. Because look at me right here. Can you see what I did right here? I have email on my opt-in page. Meanwhile, one of these things is actually supposed to be name and email, but then I have email. And despite that, you can see 26 people still went ahead to actually opt in, which is actually funny. In fact, let me even see if I have made any sale for this thing. Let me log in into the Expertnia account I'm using for this. Okay, I've actually made one sale. Let me see when that sale came in. This sale came in this morning. Today is 29th night. So I've actually made one sale from what I'm promoting right here. Which is actually very, very nice. That's very, very good. Let me see how much I spent to make that one sale. As at this morning, I know I haven't spent up to $11 by this morning. I'm not sure of how much, but most likely as at this morning, I was probably at around maybe $7 as at this morning. So that means I actually spent about $7 to make one sale. That's pretty good. I spent $7 to make $7 is like 2,800 naira. So I spent 2,800 naira to make 12.5. Okay, that's good. Let's see what happens by the time I spend $15. Maybe I would have made 2 sales by then. So if I happen to make like 2 sales by the time I spend $15, that means I'm probably going to be making 1 sale per 3,000 naira spent. So that means each time I spend 3,000 naira, I will probably be making one sale. That's kind of like how I calculate it. But even then, my email follow-ups have not kicked in because this is kind of like a new campaign. This campaign is probably going to be very good because I'm spending about 0.44 here per registration, which is a bit high than what I envisaged. But I think the reason for that is because of this my stupid mistake that I have on this opt-in page, which I'm going to fix. So if I fix this, I think this cost per lead is going to become lower. But this is actually very good. Out of those 26 leads, I've already made 1 sale. That's pretty good. Because what it means is that by the time I have 100 leads, I would have probably made about 3 sales. That's not for sure, but most likely, I'll probably have made about 3 sales. Okay, that's very good. Okay, let me just continue with what I was talking about. So now when people opt in over here on my opt-in page, they land on my thank you page. So from here, I know that 26 people opted in and landed on my thank you page. So when you land on my thank you page, can you guess what? I'm also tracking these links. Now, if somebody clicks on this image or if they click on this button, I'm tracking how many people are clicking this. The reason is because I want to know how many of these 26 people who opted in came over here and clicked on my link to go to Expertnia, to go through my affiliate link right here and go to Expertnia. Now, once again, I actually just implemented this tracking link on this page this morning. So don't crucify me. So let me just see from my tracker. Let me refresh this. Okay, so from my tracker, I already have 11 people who clicked. And that's just from this morning because I just activated it this morning. But then let's just say out of these 26 people who opted in here, let's say 11 people clicked through. For your thank you page, when people land on your thank you page from your opt-in page, you want as many people as possible to click through your affiliate link on the page to go to the product sales page. If this is lower than 60%, then something is wrong with your opt-in page. So what I mean is that out of the 26 people who opted in on this page, 11 of them clicked on my affiliate link on this thank you page, which takes them to Expertnia. So now if you check out 11, this is like 42%. Now 42% is very low for a thank you page rate. I know that is not accurate because like I said, I just put this tracking link on my thank you page this morning. The click-through rate on your thank you page is usually more than 60%. Personally, I think it's usually around 80% for me, around 80%, which is good. But if you find out that it's below 60%, it means something is wrong with your thank you page and you have to fix it. But you know what, guys? If you use any of the thank you page templates that I'm giving to you, there is no way your CTR on your thank you page is going to be lower than 60%. I don't even think you're going to be having any problem with your thank you pages. So where you might actually have issues with is the audience, your advert, your pre-sale, or your opt-in page. That's actually where you might have problems with. And for the opt-in page, the problem usually comes from when there is a conflict between what you told people on your pre-sale page and then what they saw on your opt-in page. So over here now, as you can see, I said Mr. Daniel Ola's Rural and Northern Immigration Blueprint is specifically created for Nigerians by a Nigerian like you who used to live here. Click the button below to get his blueprint at 28% discount. And then I said get the blueprint at 28% discount. So from here, they know that there is a blueprint about this topic that they want to get for 28% discount. So when they click on this link, they come over here. And when they land here, can you see what this thing says? And this says, new blueprint reveals the step-by-step process for relocating to Canada from Nigeria and become a permanent resident in 6 to 9 months via the Rural and Northern Canada Immigration Pilot Program. And it says, enter your correct email to get this guide at 28% discount. Basically, what is being promised here is what they are saying on this opt-in page. So there is no conflict. There is no conflict. So it would have been different if on this particular page, if I said get a free report or get a free video, but when they arrive on this page, they are now saying 28% discount. That would be a conflict. So in that case, the response on this opt-in page is going to be very, 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 very low. So, but here, there is no conflict. So that's why the opt-in is pretty much okay, even though this particular funnel that I'm testing out here is built in such a way to extract people who only have intent to buy. I'm still testing it, so don't copy it because it might not really work for you. Then the emails, your email follow-ups too. Now the main things you want to look out for with your emails are your open rates and click-through rates. So email open rate, I'm talking about how many people are opening your emails. That's what you want to troubleshoot. If you send out an email to 1,000 people and 100 people open it, that means you have a 10% open rate. By industry standard, an open rate below 10% is considered low. So if you have an open that is below 10%, that is low. That means something is wrong with probably your subject lines. That means your subject lines are probably too long or they are not effective. So that means you have to actually correct your subject line. So let me just open my autoresponder. These are some of my recent emails. So over here, I sent out this email to people. And you can see over here, I have 31% open, 32.4%, 21.6, 36.7, 29.8. Here, this one is a bit low, 23.9, 38.1, and on and on and on. This one is good, 40.1. And maybe it's because I mentioned MMM over here because people like MMM. If it is lower than 10%, even Aweber is going to put it in red. Let me see if I'm going to see one like that. If you have an open that is lower than 10%, okay, look at this one now. For this particular one, my open rate is lower than 10%. You can see, so it's been highlighted in red. As a matter of fact, if you consistently have open rates that are lower than 10%, if it keeps happening over and over and over and over again, email marketing website like Aweber and GetResponse might suspend your account because they will think that maybe you are kind of like a spammer who is sending unsolicited emails. That is why people are not opening your emails. So you must always make sure that you have very good open rates. And as a matter of fact, open rates are even good for you. The higher your open rates, the higher the money you can make, because if people don't open your emails, there's no way they're going to read the content in it. There's no way they're going to click on your link in it. And if you don't open the emails and click on the link in it, there's no way they're going to go to your affiliate link and buy the products you are promoting. So that is why you want to strive as much as possible to ensure that your open rates are high. So for you to come up with email subject lines that will give you high open rates, just go through the swipe file that I gave you for email subject lines and use the same formatting in those email subject line samples to come up with your own emails. Another thing you want to be careful about is your email click-through rates. Now, if people are opening your email and they are not clicking on the links in your email, it is still going to affect you. Okay? So, email click-through rates. How many people are clicking on the links you included in your email? For example, if you send out an email to 1,000 people and only 25 people clicked on the link in it, you have a 2.5% click-through rate. Email click-through rates are usually lower than email open rates. There is no industry standard for this, but including more than 3 places where you have links in your email usually increases the click-through rate. So what I'm saying here is that if you include your links in more than 3 places within your email, it's going to increase the click-through rates. And that there are no industry standards for this, but then it's just reasonable. The more people who click on the links you have in your email, the more people are going to buy what you are promoting. And it all starts from them opening your email. You want more people to open your email and go through your affiliate link to buy the product you are promoting. So that's basically how it works. So as you can see, every part of the funnel is being accounted for, from the audience you are targeting, to your adverts, to your pre-sale, to your opt-in page, to your thank you page, to even the email follow-ups. So if you find out that a particular part of the funnel is not working very well, all you have to do is to recreate that part and test it out again. That's basically how you troubleshoot your funnel. So for example, when I created this pre-sale initially, it wasn't working very well. So what I just basically did was that, number one, I changed the headline. That's what you can do. Sometimes the headline is not good. I changed the headline. And then number two, I rewrote the beginning part of the pre-sale. Now, if you have a terrible pre-sale, the way you fix a terrible pre-sale is by, number one, improving on the headline, okay? Number two, improving on the beginning part of the pre-sale. This beginning part, if you improve on it, it's going to help. Then number three, you also want to improve on the closing part of the pre-sale, where you are asking them to click on a link and go to your opt-in page. You want to improve on that part. Now, in the earlier version of this particular pre-sale, I didn't have a button here. But when I put in this button, the click-through rate on this pre-sale just went up. Another thing I did is that I included the link to my opt-in in more than 2 places on this page. So in the earlier version of this page, I only had the link to my opt-in page in just 2 places. But right now, I have it in 3 places. You can click on it here, you can click on it over here, and then you can click on it here. So by doing that, I was able to increase the number of people who are clicking on this link from my pre-sale page to my opt-in page. So that is basically how you can fix a pre-sale page that is not working very well. So number one, you look at the headline, you improve the headline. If the headline is good, then the next thing you can do is that you can change the opening part of the copy. Now, if that part 2 is good, then number 3, what you can do is to include your call to action links in more than 1 places. So you can make it 2, you can make it 3, you can make it 4. So number 4, which I just discovered, is that when you have a button, you get more clicks than when you have a hyperlinked text. So let's look at the opt-in page. So for the opt-in page, if you find out that your opt-in rate is low, and how do you know that your opt-in page is low? Number one, if your cost per lead is very low, and the second way to know if you have a terrible opt-in page is this. Let me just put up my notepad. Okay. So let me just have something like this. Clicks from Facebook ads. Let's say we have 206 clicks from pre-sale to opt-in. Let's say we have 105. Okay, so clicks from Facebook ads, that is people who are going to your pre-sale. Okay, let's say we have 206 clicks. Then out of these 206 people who got to your pre-sale, clicks from pre-sale to opt-in 105. Then opt-in number, that is people who actually opted in. Let's say we have 30. And then clicks from thank you page, that is via your affiliate link. Then let's say we have 25. So this is actually what I've been trying to explain. Now from your Facebook ads, you can see the number of people who are going to your pre-sale page, right? So here, let's say we have 206 clicks. So what it means is that about 206 people are landing on your pre-sale page. So sometimes the fact that you are getting 206 clicks does not really mean you are getting 206 visitors to your pre-sale page, because Some people might click on your link, they might have internet connection problem, it might not go through and all of that. So, but then as long as clicks are concerned, you have 206 clicks here from pre-sale to your opt-in page. Now, out of these 206 people who landed on your pre-sale page, we have 105 who are clicking through to go to your opt-in page. Now, from this 105 people, 30 people are opting in. Now, 30 people here is 30 divided by 105 is 28%, which is actually a good enough opt-in rate. So 28% who are clicking through to your thank you page, which is actually good. 25 out of 30 is good. Now, if we had an opt-in rate that is like about 5% or even 10%, we could consider that low. So in this case, that means something is wrong with our opt-in page. And like I mentioned earlier, it's either there is a conflict between what you are promising on the pre-sale and then what people are seeing on the opt-in page. Or sometimes it might be because of mistakes, of errors on the opt-in page. In my own case, over here I have email, so people don't even know where they can enter the email. Some people will be confused about where to put their emails, which will lead to a low opt-in rate for me. Okay, so errors on the opt-in page can lead to a low opt-in rate. Then the headline too. If you have a bad headline on your opt-in page too, that one can also affect the opt-in rate. So these are the things that you want to look out for. So basically, if you have a Facebook ad that is doing very well, so from your pre-sale page, if you have about 40% or 50% people who are clicking through from your pre-sale page to your opt-in page, that's good enough. Minimum of 40% is good enough. But if you're having about 10%, then you might want to look at what you have on the pre-sale page. So for the opt-in page, if you have about 25%, minimum of 25% of people opting into your list, that's also good. And then on your thank you page, if you have a minimum of 60% CTR on your thank you page from people coming from the opt-in page, that's also good. So sometimes everything I have talked about minimum opt-in rate, minimum CTR, might not actually be important as long as you are getting a very good cost per lead or cost per registration. You might even be getting 10% on your opt-in page, but at the end of the day, you might actually be getting a cost per lead of maybe 0.15 per lead. So if this is happening, if you have a campaign that is giving you 0.15 per lead, but when you check your opt-in page, you see that the opt-in page is giving you 10%, please don't touch it. Just leave it that way, because as long as you're concerned, you are getting leads for a very good amount. So don't go and destroy what is working already, because at the end of the day, what we are even looking out for is for us to be able to acquire quality leads at a low cost. And if what you have in place is actually getting you those quality leads at a low cost, just leave it like that and disregard everything I have been saying. That's basically what I'm saying. So once again, I want to repeat this. The cost per lead is the main thing we are after. We are after a low cost per lead. So for example, let's say we are getting our leads for 0.15 per lead. If that is what is happening, you can disregard everything I have been talking about, high CTR or low CTR or low opt-in rate or any of those things. You can disregard it, because the main reason why we are trying to get low cost per click, why we are trying to get high opt-in rates, is just so that we can get quality subscribers at low cost per lead. So once you are getting low cost per lead, don't go and tamper with your funnel and destroy what is working already. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So that's basically how you can troubleshoot your funnel. Now let me go back to one important part. So the other time I was talking about buying power. So anytime you have a funnel where you are promising something for free, maybe you get a free report, maybe you get a free book, maybe have access to a free video, there's no way you won't get people who don't have intent to buy that will drop into your funnel. There's no way you can avoid that. But what you can do is that sometimes you might actually make it known, even from your pre-sale, that what they are about to opt in for is going to require some money. You can actually hint at it. Okay, if you hint at it, it's going to discourage some people from opting in. So for example, if you go to this pre-sale that I have here, this one that I'm testing out. Now what I'm doing with this pre-sale is that I'm actually trying to build a pre-sale where I'm not promising anything for free, where I actually have people who have the intent to buy to opt in. That's what I'm doing here. And from what I'm doing here, you can actually see I said, if you are interested, you can click this link to get his blueprint for a 28% discount. Now this is hinting at the fact that there is something to be purchased right here. And what this does is that this thing drives away people who don't have the intent to buy. So I'm still testing it out. I don't really know how it's going to work very well eventually because I haven't done this before. So I'm doing it for the first time. But if it works well, then I'm going to tell you about it. Then that means you can actually use something like this too. But even when you are using a pre-sale where you are promising people a free video or where you are promising them a free report, you can still have a hint within your pre-sale that makes it known that this system is not for people who don't have money. So for example, in one of my pre-sales for the Canadian program, I made it known that moving to Canada is not for people who are struggling or people who are not financially buoyant. I even gave an average cost, an average estimation of how much it's going to cost one person to relocate to Canada. So what that does is that when somebody who is broke or someone who is struggling financially comes to that pre-sale and reads it, they will know that, man, this thing is not for me. So they will just skip it. But then it doesn't mean every one of them is going to skip it. You are still going to acquire many of those people. But what it's going to do is that it's going to reduce the number of inferior leads that you are going to get. So finally, again, make sure tracking is in place from the ads to the thank you page. Without tracking, you can't actually know when something is wrong. So over here, I'm using my own URL shortener to track the links for your ads. Facebook is going to do that for you, or if you're using Google AdWords or Twitter or Instagram, you can see these stats on any of those platforms, right? If you're using Facebook on your ads manager, when you go to your ads manager, you can see how many people are clicking on your link. For your pre-sale page, what I will do is that I will advise you to actually use Bitly here. I will advise you to use bit.ly on your pre-sale page. Now the reason for that is that you are not actually putting your affiliate link on the pre-sale page. So you are not using your affiliate link on the pre-sale page. So that is why you can actually use Bitly on your pre-sale page. Again, I'm saying you can use Bitly on your pre-sale page just to track how many people are clicking on the link you have on your pre-sale page. And I will actually advise you to go to Bitly and create an account there so that you can actually have all your links in one place. You can just go to bit.ly and create an account there so that you can actually log into your account anytime and check the stats on any of your links. Okay, you can come over here and actually sign up. So for the links on your thank you page, let me just be open to you guys. I really don't track the links on my thank you page most of the time. The reason is because over time I have just seen that people who actually go through the stress of reading a pre-sale page and then opting in are usually serious people. That is why majority of them, when they come to the thank you page, they want to get to the end of what they are trying to figure out. So most of them actually click through on the thank you page. That's why it's difficult for you not to get at least 80% on the thank you page. And if you use the thank you page templates that I gave to you, you are definitely going to get a minimum of 80% on your thank you page. All right. So on the thank you page, you're going to have your affiliate link there. Now, this affiliate link on your thank you page, don't use Bitly for it. I'm saying again, don't use Bitly for your affiliate link in any place. So over here, you can use TinyURL. But the problem is that TinyURL does not track links. TinyURL just only shortens link. It doesn't really track links. So you can use TinyURL, or you can just shorten your URL the way I taught you to do under day 9. But don't put your naked Expertnaire affiliate link here, because sometimes you don't really want people to actually know that you are sending them to Expertnaire. So it's preferable that you just put in a link here that is not basically showing Expertnaire. So guys, that's basically how you can troubleshoot your 72 IG funnel. Again, let me just do a quick summary. Number one, you want to make sure that the entire funnel is working perfectly. That is, all the links are working, leading to one place, which means they should be leading to the exact place they are supposed to be leading to. Number two, make sure that the product you are promoting is a product that converts. Okay. Then number three, make sure you actually have tracking at each point in the funnel, from your advert to your pre-sale page to your opt-in page to your thank you page. And like I said, the most of this conversion issues comes from audience targeting, your adverts, the pre-sale, the opt-in page, the thank you page, and of course your emails. And I have shown you where you can find errors in each part of the 72 IG funnel and how you can troubleshoot those errors. So because, for example, now if you find out that you are getting low opt-in rates, it's usually because of your subject lines, so correct them. Then if you find out that you are getting low opt-in rates, it's usually because of a conflict between what is promised on the pre-sale page and what you have on the opt-in page, or it's usually because of errors on the opt-in page, which you can correct. And then if your pre-sale page is not working perfectly, I said you can check your headline, or you can check the opening part of the pre-sale, and then you can check how many times you have a call to action within the pre-sale, and also you can add a call to action button to increase the click-through rate from the pre-sale. So every part can actually be troubleshooted. And for adverts, the best thing for you to do is to create a range of different adverts. That's just the thing for adverts. No one knows which advert is going to work. As a matter of fact, some of the adverts that I did not even expect that they would work are the ones that end up working. So just create a range of different adverts and just run them and see which one works, and then pause the ones that are not working, and then keep running the ones that are working, and then keep creating more adverts that look like the ones that are working. Okay, so that's basically how you troubleshoot your 72 IG funnel and improve the results you are getting. Now, there is something you guys have to know. For most super affiliates, they don't get a winning campaign immediately they launch a new campaign. That's just it. They don't get a winning campaign immediately. Sometimes they get a winning campaign immediately because, for example, now I have this campaign right here. I launched this campaign 3 days ago. The first day, I made a mistake. It wasn't working very well. The second day, it wasn't working very well. Now, the third day, even though I still have some errors in here, it's now working very well. From 26 leads, I already have 1 sale. Then I'm getting leads for 0.44. But I showed you another campaign yesterday. Let me just open it up. For this other campaign that I showed you yesterday, where I'm promoting my LBCM book, this campaign began to work from the first day that I set it up. I mean, I just set it up and it just started working immediately. So when I was even showing you from the last video, when I was showing you this campaign, it was getting leads for 0.14, which has now gone up to 0.15, which is actually no big deal. But then I now have 21 sales. As of yesterday, I had just 14 sales. Between yesterday and today, I now have 21 sales from spending 112. So let me just calculate that again. I spent 112 times 400. That's 44,800, and then I made 21 sales. So as you can see, I've made a profit of 63,200 from just selling my LBCM book. And this campaign began to run on, let me see. I think this campaign began to run about 6 days ago based on how much I have spent so far. So, and as you can see over here, this campaign has given me 739 leads and 21 purchases. Now, this is exactly how these things work. So this campaign began to work right off the bat, but this campaign needed some tweaking, and it still needs some tweaking right here. And to be frank, for most super affiliates, they don't get an instant campaign to work immediately. But the main thing is that they start running the campaign and then they begin to troubleshoot it. They begin to look at the areas that needs to be improved on. And over the next 5 days, over the next 6 days, over the next 10 days, they are able to move a campaign that is not working very well to a campaign that is now making them a lot of money. Okay? And then they now scale it up. So that's actually how you go about this system. So sometimes you have a campaign that is going to begin to make money right off the bat. So for such a campaign, you can begin to scale it up. So for such a campaign, you can begin to scale it up. But sometimes your campaign won't begin to work immediately. It will need you to troubleshoot it and tweak some things to make it work. But once it's working and making you money, from that moment on, you will now begin to scale it up. So that is why you start from spending small amounts of money, $5, $10, to find the right audience, to find the right adverts, to get the campaign working. And once the campaign is working and once it is making you money, then you begin to do what? You begin to scale it up bit by bit, bit by bit, while monitoring the campaign. So that's basically how you troubleshoot your campaign, guys, and that's basically how you make more money with the 72 IG funnel. So I believe this video has been a great eye-opener for you, and I believe you're going to use what you have learned from this video to create 72 IG campaigns that will make you a lot of money.